I guess I'd like to know from other fight fans who watched the Silva Sonnen fight last night if you thought it was total bullshit. I was watching this thing and I couldn't believe my eyes that they had another fixed fight. I've watched so many fights get rigged either at the judge level, with Shogun and Machida. That first fight got totally rigged at the judge level. Then you had Kimbo Slice beating Houston Alexander. Total BS. I mean, that was just ridiculous, fake. And God, I could just go on and on. Like one of the Couture fights, I think, was rigged, and now this one. I'm sure there's another one I'm forgetting right now. But I was disgusted. I didn't even watch the whole fight last night. I was watching Silva lower his guard, letting Sonnen punch him. I mean, it was just like some pro wrestling match. And then when Sonnen was on top of him, Silva usually has that real tight guard with his legs, and then he starts flailing those elbows. Nothing. Did none of that. He just let Sonnen. He didn't really let Sonnen punch him, but he let him get on top of him. And I don't think Silva's ever going to let anyone just wail on his face, even if in a fixed fight. So. But it was just a joke. I mean, when he was standing up and he was punching him, he was using these wide punches as opposed to the usual direct, to the jaw punches. And, he's just a very fluid guy for those who are real fight fans versus those who are just boxing fans that just came over to MMA and don't really know anything. So, anyway, I'd just be curious to get other people's insight on this. I'm getting sick of the UFC, and you can't even. That's what brought down boxing. I knew that eventually the mafia pieces of shit would get involved with the UFC, but I just didn't know when. And they're very much involved right now. There's no doubt in my mind that they are. And I'd like to know from other people what they're thinking. And I'm not going to pay for another pay-per-view, not one. I didn't pay for that one last night. I went and watched it at a bar. But I will never pay for another pay-per-view on UFC. And I think all the fight fans out there, the real ones, should do the same. We ought to boycott them and let them know that we're not going to watch any more of these BS fights or pay for them. And, that's it. And I'd love to know from other people what they thought. People that know what they're talking about as opposed to people that are just meatheads cheering Sonnen on. Because that was all that was just a meathead exhibition last night. So, thanks.